If you can score 19 out of 20 on this English vocabulary test, your English is fluent. This test is challenging and will advance from beginner to super advanced. Are you ready? Welcome back to JForrest English. Of course, I'm Jennifer. Now let's get started. Level beginner. Your task is to choose the correct meaning. Question 1, cut me some slack. This means A, give me a discount. B, don't be too strict. C, help me finish my work. The correct answer is B, don't be too strict.
Gia, cut me some slack. Cut her some slack.
For example, you might say at the end of this, Jennifer, cut me some slack if I don't get all 20 right. So don't be too strict, too critical, or don't punish me. If that's what you're thinking, put that's right, put that's right in the comments, and of course, I'll cut you some slack. I've even created a free lesson PDF where I explain everything in detail. You can download it in the comments. Question 2, they go hand in hand. This means A, they walk together. B, they look alike. C, they naturally happen together. The correct answer is C, they naturally happen together.
They go hand in hand.
For example, you could say success and hard work, they go hand in hand. They naturally happen together. Question 3, she's my partner in crime. This means A, we have a close relationship. B, we commit crimes together. C, we work together. The correct answer is A, we have a close relationship.
You were my first partner in crime.
For example, we've known each other since we were little kids. She's my partner in crime. So it's an expression you can use with someone you're very close with, a friend, even a spouse or a family member. Question 4, he has a soft spot for snakes. A, he's afraid of them. B, he loves them deeply. C, he avoids them. The correct answer is B, he loves them deeply. Yes, we're talking about snakes, but he has a soft spot for snakes, so it means he loves them deeply.
Larry has a soft spot for animals.
You can use this with anything, but with animals, you can say, I love all animals, but I have a soft spot for cats. Question 5, my new boss is quite blunt. A, he's confident. B, he's direct. C, he's helpful. The correct answer is B, he's direct.
So brilliant and blunt.
This is commonly used to begin a sentence, to be blunt, and then you can say something negative or critical and you can say it directly. To be blunt, I wasn't impressed with your presentation. So how did you do with this level? Share your score in the comments and let's move on to level intermediate. Your task is to choose the correct word to complete the phrase. Question 6, there's a fine between being blunt and being rude. A, line. B, page. C, point. D, thread. The correct answer is A, line.
There's a fine line between tough and crazy.
There's a fine line between, and then we need two things, X and Y. It means that these things are closely related and often confused. There's a common expression, there's a fine line between love and hate. These are two very strong emotions and sometimes they're confused. Question 7, misery loves A, company. B, drama. C, attention. D, gossip? The correct answer is A, misery loves company.
Misery loves company.
This is an expression that means unhappy people, that's misery. Unhappy people often want others to feel unhappy too. So you might use this as advice to a friend. Don't let his negativity bring you down. So make you go from happy or positive to sad or negative. Don't let his negativity bring you down. Remember, misery loves company. This is like saying people who are upset like talking about why they're upset and want other people to talk about why they're upset too. Misery loves company. Question 8, before the movie, let's get into our A, jam, B, pajama, C, PJ, D, jammies. The correct answer is D, jammies.
And let's wear our jammies.
This is the only grammatically correct answer because pajamas or PJs requires an S. The noun is always plural, which is why those options were not grammatically correct because they were singular. Now, of course, pajamas, PJs are comfortable clothing you wear to sleep or relax, like when you're watching a movie. Or you might say, I need to buy some winter jammies. Jammies is the casual, informal way of saying pajamas or PJs. Question 9, don't to conclusions. A, run, B, leap, C, skip, D, jump. The correct answer is D, jump.
Maybe don't jump to conclusions.
To jump to conclusions, this means that you form conclusions, so your opinion or what you think is true, before you have all the facts. So you might say, before jumping to conclusions, just ask him why he hasn't returned your texts. That's the best way. Question 10, don't ask her for money. She's a cheap. A, skate. B, wallet. C, hunter. D, thrift. The correct answer is A, a cheapskate.
Hey, relax, cheapskate. They're bottomless.
Do you know what this means? This describes someone who doesn't like spending money and tries to avoid paying for things whenever possible. A classic example, she brings her own popcorn to the movies. She's a cheapskate. How did you do with this level? Share your score in the comments and let's move on to level advanced. Your task is to complete the phrase, but this is level advanced, so there are no options. Question 11, she gets upset all the time. I have to walk on whenever she's around. Did you say eggshells? To walk on eggshells.
They walk on eggshells around you.
Now, if you said eggshell singular or eggs or shells, that's incorrect. It must be eggshells plural. To walk on eggshells means that you're very careful not to offend or upset someone. For example, just because Brad dumped me doesn't mean you need to walk on eggshells around me. Question 12, if you want to make him angry, just ask him about his bathroom renovation. That always pushes his. Did you say buttons? Again, with the S, always plural.
Madison can push buttons.
To push one's buttons, his buttons, this means you deliberately, on purpose, you deliberately say or do something to annoy or provoke someone, usually just for fun. That's what you do with your partner in crime, with your close friends, with your family members. You might say, honestly, just hearing the name Brad pushes my buttons right now. Because remember, Brad dumped me, which means he ended our relationship. So hearing his name annoys me or makes me angry. It pushes my buttons. Question 13, I don't mean to be a blanket, but I have an early meeting, so can you please turn down the music? Did you say wet blanket?
I'm a wet blanket.
To be a wet blanket, this is a person who discourages fun or enjoyment. You might say, my brother is being a wet blanket. He won't lend us his convertible. And it would be so fun to have his convertible to go to the beach, but he's being a wet blanket. Question 14, he's complaining about the policy because he has an to grind, not because it affects his work. To have an axe to grind, an axe to grind.
Do they have an axe to grind? Is it you, sir?
This means that you have a personal reason or a hidden motive for something. You might say, I don't think she has an axe to grind. I don't think she has a hidden motive. I think she honestly has a soft spot for snakes. And that's why she doesn't want you to plant a garden here because it will disturb the snake habitat. She doesn't have an axe to grind. Remember that soft spot for snakes? Question 15, don't worry about spilling your coffee. It won't leave a stain. No harm, no. No harm, no foul. Is that what you said? Foul.
No harm, no foul.
This means nothing bad has happened, so there's no reason to be upset or take action. You might say the new intern forgot to mail the samples, but no harm, no foul. We can overnight them to the client and still make the deadline. How did you do with this level? Share your score in the comments and let's move on to level super advanced. Your task is to complete the full phrase based on the reference word. And that's why this is super advanced, because there may be 1, 2, 3 or more words that you need to complete the phrase. Question 16, oh wow, I didn't know you're engaged. When are you not? When are you tying the knot?
When are you two going to tie the knot?
So you need the correct words to tie the knot, and you also need to form the correct grammar based on the sentence. When are you tying the knot? This is a casual way of saying to get married. We're tying the knot next May. We're getting married next May. Question 17, that is such a fancy dress. Why are you? Nines. Why are you dressed to the nines?
He dresses to the nines for every occasion.
This is when you wear very formal or very fashionable clothes. You might say, I'm so excited for Mary's wedding next May. I love getting dressed to the nines. Question 18, why is Remy sitting in the front seat? I called shotgun.
I call shotgun, shotgun!
To call shotgun. This is when you claim the right to sit in the front passenger seat of a vehicle. So someone might say, is everyone ready to go? And you're about to go on a long drive. And you say, I call shotgun. That's how you claim that your seat is the front passenger seat. And then maybe the person replies, that's fine, I'm happy to sit in the back. Question 19, Trisha spent 20 minutes in my office talking about the weather before she finally asked me for the day off tomorrow. It was a simple request. There was no need to bush. There was no need to beat around the bush.
Stop beating around the bush.
This is when you avoid talking about what is important. So she was talking about the weather instead of what was important, her request for a day off. So you might say to someone, stop beating around the bush and just say what's on your mind. Be direct, maybe be blunt. Remember that? Question 20. Brad told you he wants to spend the next 10 years traveling. It doesn't sound like he wants to get married or have kids. You need to, between lines. You need to read between the lines.
Read between the lines.
This is when you understand someone's real feelings or intentions from what they say or do. So Brad didn't say, I don't want to marry you or have children, but he did say he wants to spend the next 10 years traveling. So if I read between the lines, maybe I understand his intention. Here's another example. She said she wants to come on vacation with us, but reading between the lines, I don't think she can afford it. So how did you do with this super advanced level? Share your score in the comments and share your overall score for the quiz. How many did you get right out of 20? And remember, this was super advanced. So if your answer is I got 0, think of everything you learned today. And if you want me to keep quizzing your vocabulary, put yes, 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 put yes, 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 yes in the comments below. And of course, make sure you like this lesson, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you're notified every time I post a new lesson. And you can get this free speaking guide where I share 6 tips on how to speak English fluently and confidently. You can click here to download it or look for the link in the description. And here's another lesson I know you'll love. Watch it now.